Good morning and welcome to our first day of online Vacation Bible School. My name is Josh Gherkin. I serve at St. Paul as the Director of Christian Education, and I am so thankful that you are here joining us for this first ever online Vacation Bible School, and especially this time because this is our Bible study time. If you have one of our packets, turn right now to the Studying God's Handbook section right there. And if you don't, that's okay. Just get a piece of paper because you may want to write some things down as well. And so we call it Studying God's Handbook because we're going to dive deep into some word today and God's story through the Bible. And we're also going to study his handiwork as well and his creation, and what a great day it is. And I chose this morning, you may be hearing birds singing right now and a little bit of wind because it's just great to be outside, isn't it? It's great to experience the creation that God has given us. And that's kind of where we're going to start today, is in creation. And how did God do all of this? How did God create this tree? How did God create those birds? How did God do all of this? Well, when we turn to the Bible in Genesis, we find that it was empty. Everything was empty. And there was God. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. So God didn't go to a store and find something. God didn't plant any seeds that said Earth, Mars, the moon. No, God used his voice, his word. And God is so powerful. When he says something, it's going to happen. And so God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. "Let there be land." And there was land and water. God said, "Let there be a squirrel." And there was a squirrel. "Let there be birds." There were birds. God said, "Let there be otters." And there were otters. God created all that in his word each and every day. Don't you think that'd be pretty cool power for us to have? To sit there and say, "Let there be a donut." No. "Let there be a banana." No. We don't have that power. We have to use our hands to create things because we're man. So God just used his word, right? He used his word to create everything. Not everything. In fact, God also used his hands to create something very, very special for creation. You know what that is? That's us. God used his word to create everything else. And for us, he used his hands. But what else did he use besides his hands? Well, it says that God, when he was creating Adam, took the dust. Got this right here. Got some dust. So he said he took dust. Okay? Got some nice dust right here. And he took it from the ground. He formed it with his hands. And then he breathed into it. I want you to think about that. God took dust from the ground, formed it with his hands. Isn't it great to make something with your hands? Isn't something more special when you make it with your hands? I know for me, the most amazing cards I get from my nieces and nephews are the ones they've made. It doesn't matter if they bought it and it was so cute as saying, it's what they made with their own hands. It's special to me. And this shows us that God is telling us we are special. He loves his whole creation. He's saying we are set apart. We are special because he created us with his hands. He created Adam out of the dirt and he breathed into it. So what about Eve? He didn't use the dirt. Instead, he took a rib bone. I want you to feel your ribs right now. Rib bones. Right there, you feel them? He had Adam fall into a deep sleep. Okay? And then took a rib bone. And once again, formed it and breathed into it and created Eve. And so we're seeing that God really, really, really is telling us something. That we are set apart from all creation. He used the power of his word to create all of this, and it's amazing. It's just perfect. And then for us, he used his hands. He took time to form us. He breathed into us. And he said, "This is good." We need to think about that. He looked at us and said, "It's good." Wow, isn't that amazing? That the God of everything created us. Now, when you look at your paper right now, you're going to see the topics. It says, God is. We got to fill that out. God is our creator and still cares for us. God is our creator and still cares for us. Now, I want you to think about it. God created us, it's obvious. He took us from the dirt and from the rib, breathed into us, and He still cares for us each and every day. When we look at the Bible verse for the day, if you look on the left side, there's a Bible verse section right there. That Bible verse is going to come from Job, J-O-B, chapter 10, verse 12. Or is it chapter 12, verse 10? Yeah, that's right. Get those numbers mixed up sometimes. It's okay sometimes to get confused by the Bible. I do at times. So Job, chapter 12, verse 10. And this is what it says. In His hands are all the creatures of the world, and the breath of all mankind. In God's hands are every creature's, and the breath of all mankind. Our God formed us with His hands. Our God created us, breathed into us with His hands, until this day is still holding us in His hands. In fact, we never leave His hands. He holds us the entire time. God doesn't sit there and go, Josh, you messed up. Or, man, you're really bad. He throws us away. No, instead, He holds us in His hands each and every day, never dropping us the entire time. So when you think about that, God formed us, God continues to hold us in His hands as our Creator, and then Jesus, upon the cross, His hands, weren't they pierced for us? Weren't they led and pierced and bled for us upon the cross? It is. All for our love. So think about it. Our God created us with His hands. Jesus redeemed us with His hands. Now, redeem is a really fun word. I love to tell the meaning of words. Redeem means to buy back. And God is our creator. With His hands, He created us and breathed us life. Jesus, through His hands and suffering and death upon the cross, brought us back from sin. Because remember, God created us in perfection, and we fell. We messed up. We sinned. We still sin. We yell at our mom, our dad, our brothers, our sisters, our friends. We sin. And even though we sin, God doesn't throw us out. He holds us in His hand. In fact, He sent His one and only Son to die upon the cross for us. It is through His hands, His suffering and death, that we are now God's children again. Isn't that great? Isn't that great that we are forgiven for that? It's just amazing, isn't it? Now, as you look at the paper that you have right there, you're going to see the middle section, there's some hearts. And it says, prayer is a heart-to-heart talk to God, and that's what it is. So at this time, not this time, later, I want you to go out into nature like I am right now and pray to God. Just pray. Whatever is on your heart, share that with God. Also, there's another one. I want you to find someone, your family, or a friend possibly, and pray with them. You take the lead. You ask them what's going on in their life, and then you pray with them as well. At the bottom of the sheet that we have there, it's a blank section that says to draw something from the story today. And so here's some things that you could draw. I'd love to see your drawings of what it looks like when God formed us from the ground. What did that look like with God forming us from the ground? Or you can draw pictures of the different hands. God's hands forming us, Jesus' hands dying for us as well. You can draw pictures of the creation. I'd love to see any and all of those pictures. Your parents can text them to us on that special number that we have as well. And so as we get ready to conclude our Bible study time, I want you to know a few things, just to remind you. Number one, our God created us. Our God is the most powerful God there is. There's nothing else like God in the world. Our God is God. He created us with His hands. With His hands, He created us. With His hands, He holds us always and forever. And through Jesus' hands upon the cross, we are redeemed. We are forgiven. What a great thing, isn't it? So I hope you have a great and safe week. And as we end, I invite you to pray with me right now. So let's take our hands. Let's fold them. Okay? Let's bow our head to show honor to God and close our eyes to only focus on Him. And join me in this prayer right now. Dear God, we thank you for being our Creator. We thank you for taking the time and forming us out of the dirt and out of ribs and breathing into us. We thank you for holding us in your hands each and every day. We thank you for sending Jesus and His hands that were pierced for us. We just ask that as we move forward that we serve you in all things that we say and do. You have a great and safe week, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow as well. Bye.